Love starts with me. Today's video was a preparation for you to come and understand the video that I have for you today. So in the morning I did a video, and the video was talking about me. I love me. I trust me. I believe in me. And my best friend is me, because I know how to speak to me. I know how to listen to me. I know how to understand me. I know what I need. And I work so hard to provide that thing for me. You see, this is how important I need you guys to understand it. I'm still just preparing you for the real talk, because it's going to come down. I have 6 good subtopics to talk about here when it comes to forgiving people and when it comes to self-love. So what I want you to understand first, people talk about self-love everywhere. The worst part of it is, like, we think about self-love when love is getting sour. You see, you are in this relationship where things are just working on. You go out together, you go for dinner, you go for clubbing, you go have some romantic feelings, you do everything together. He's my boy, she's my bae. You know, this is the talk of the town. You people are talking about you. Everyone is talking about your colorful and glorious love story. Then, all of a sudden, things start to go east. When things start to go east, that's when you will start to see women now, the ladies, this gender, okay? They will start to talk about self-love. They will start to teach us how loving self is good. They will start to teach us how being lonely is good. They forget the great time they used to have with this man. Even the men, they forget the great times they used to have. And this is why self-love at times, if you don't understand it from the real perspective of self-love, the real meaning of self-love, you will not understand it. You will just think like, all right, self-love is a matter of, I break up with my boyfriend, and once we are done, now I can go to social media and show that I'm strong alone. It's not. Because one thing that I know with such kind of a thing, it's people are trying to console themselves. People are trying to show the other part or their exes that they are okay, which in the reality you are not. Because if you are doing something to show somebody, you are doing something to alert someone's attention, it means you are not okay. You know? So why do I say it means you're not okay? If at all whatever you are doing, you're not doing it for self, it means you're not okay. So let's now go straight away to self-love, and then we will come to forgiving. Why I want to talk about self-love, yet I'm teaching about forgiving. When you love yourself, it is so easy for you to forgive others. So the question is, how do I love myself? All right? Loving yourself is not going on social media and telling people how well you are alone. It is not having a relationship, then breaking up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and after breakup, you want to show that ex that you are fine alone. That is not self-love. I want people to understand that. But in the world we are today, that is what people consider self-love. That, you know, I love myself, and I'm okay alone, and I don't want a man. I don't need a man in my life. You know, I love myself. I don't need a woman in my life. That is not true. You know, you don't love yourself, because what you are doing after writing all this on social media, and then you go back to your room and you sit alone in peace, you're just with yourself, you feel you miss these people. You feel you regret something. You're not okay. You're not feeling well. So self-love is when you are at peace. You see, breaking up with people is not a problem. Divorcing people is not a mistake. But are you okay alone? Can you sit down and feel that, you know what, I made the correct decision? Can you sit down and feel like, you know, I'm very comfortable alone? That is what we call self-love. So now, how does it come? Number one, trust. Everyone talks about trust. When you tell somebody, do you trust? Do you have trust? Do you practice trust? People think about the second party or the third party to talk about trust. But have you ever talked about trusting yourself? Have you ever practiced it with yourself? Do you trust yourself? One day I was talking to a friend of mine, and even today I still tell them that, I don't trust myself with my money. So I don't always walk with cash. All my friends know about this. I don't walk with cash in my wallet, because once I don't know, some of you maybe have the same problem that I have. When I withdraw money from the bank, it doesn't matter how much is it. Maybe if it is $10, it is $20 or $100. In as much as I withdraw money from the bank and I put it in my wallet, it doesn't last like, let's say 3 days or 4 days. I'll use that money. It doesn't matter how much is it. And I don't know why. So do you trust yourself first? Stop thinking about the second person. Stop thinking about the third person. Do you trust yourself? So for me, it's a problem. I don't trust myself with cash money, with liquid money. Let me talk about that. When I withdraw it and I put it in my wallet, my eyes will just get enticed, like, oh, I need this, I need that. And that's the time people come. Even you're driving. I'm driving sometimes when I stop at the traffic light, you see someone coming and this is somebody you can't leave without something. So I dip my hand in the pocket, I get some dollars or maybe Bahrain dinar, I give to them. But when I don't have liquid cash, when I just have my cards and my wallet, there's no cash, these people don't even appear. And when I'm walking, I don't even see something that entices my eyes to buy. All right? So this is how you learn to trust things. Do you trust yourself? For me, I don't trust myself with liquid money. All right? So start to learn trusting yourself when it comes to relationships. Do you trust yourself? As in, what you're doing, is it right? See, you could be having 5 boyfriends, 6 girlfriends, and you're managing to maneuver between the 6 or the 5 of them. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust your guts? Do you think when you sit down there, you're feeling okay? You see, you can be playing it safe and they don't know it. No one knows about any of them. Yes, you are good. They trust you. But do you trust yourself while you're doing that? This is the first question you're going to ask yourself. How trustworthy are you to yourself before the other people? This is where the fulcrum and the roots of self-love starts. Because you see, when you're doing something, but when you sit down, you question yourself. When you sit down, you feel like, you know what? I think this is not right. It means you don't trust yourself. And it means you're not loving yourself. So self-love starts from self-trust. You've got to know how to trust yourself. I don't trust myself with money. So what do I do to gain that trust? I don't keep liquid money in my wallet. In fact, one of my colleagues knows very well. Every time I want to fuel my car, because in Bahrain you can't use card or maybe benefit pay, the own mobile money to pay gas or petrol. So when I want to fuel my car, what I do, I send money online. There's something here called benefit pay. In Kenya, I think it's called M-Pesa. So there's a service here called benefit pay. So I benefit them. They give me cash, even if it's 5 BD, 2 BD or 3 BD. I go to the fuel pump, I fuel my car and I go home. So the reason why I don't do that, it's because I know the kind of trust that I have between me and liquid money. So how much trust do you have between you and relationships? Forget about your boyfriend. Forget about your girlfriend. You alone, when you're just seated, do you trust yourself? That's self-love. Number 2, believing. Self-belief. How much do you believe in yourself? I've always seen this becoming a very big problem to most of the people outside there. People don't believe in themselves. You see, believing in yourself is kind of having some guts. Having guts. Like, for example, I will give you a very clean example. And more so if you're a man here and you're watching, and women, take notes on this. You have a woman. There's a video I did long time ago. I don't know whether I can get it on my Facebook. I did a certain video, and it attracted a lot of attraction. That time, people like these funny things. So I did this video. So I'm trying to tell men how to get self-belief and, believe in yourself and do things that you think you can never do. So man, for example, you are staying in this room And in the neighborhood, the next room, there's a very beautiful woman, and her class, you look at her, the class is somewhere. But you kind of, I don't want to talk about love, because love doesn't just happen. That is always maybe a lust or just a sense of attraction. So you see this beautiful woman and the next to, and you get attracted to them. So you're feeling like, you know what? I got to have this babe. She's a cute. She's something else. How can I get to her? So you see what happens when men see a woman who is out of their class. Sometimes we run away. You feel like you want, but you don't know how to approach them. So when you start to believe in yourself, you get it easier to approach people, even the people who are not in your class. You just approach them. You start a conversation. I told you that in the next video, which I'll be posting on either Wednesday or Friday, I'll be talking about conversation starters. How do you start conversation with these people you feel are far beyond your class or below your class, but you want to talk to them? You feel like, they fear talking to you, but you are feeling attracted to them. How do you start that conversation? It is all about self-belief. Do you believe in yourself?